question of, we call it information asymmetry, the fact that the executive side has much better information than we have as a legislative budget officer, was one of my biggest concerns before even taking the job. To be honest, even after 1 year, a little more than a year into it, I'm not finding it to be as big a problem as I thought it was going to be in a Canadian experience. First of all, as part of our legislative framework in Canada, we were given a provision in our Act of Parliament to ask for data for departments and get it on a timely and free basis. But I know, like from other countries, and I just know from our experience of our Auditor Generals, that they often struggle getting that information. One thing that we were partly is our role to promote transparency. One of the things that we've done is we publish our information requests. So if we're working on a costing, we actually publish on our website, we're asking this department for the following information. So it raises the level of public scrutiny as well on that. And I'm now having contacts with deputy ministers saying, for this costing, I need the following information. So parliamentarians are now looking at the website and saying, okay, Mr. Page is working on this project. Maybe it's a recent one example would be Aboriginal educational infrastructure. He's looking at the following information. People know that I'm asking for this, and if I don't get it, and then I get a letter back from the deputy minister saying I can't give this to you, it's cabinet conference, whatever. Depending on the nature of the response, I may respond back to him, and I'll do it in a very public way. It's a huge adjustment. It's creating a lot of friction in Canada, but you need to get, it speaks to your point, the importance of getting good information. But for the most part, it's sort of working in Canada right now. The other thing I found so far, again in terms of promoting transparency, is we publish not only those information requests, but if we do a detailed costing of something, like an Afghanistan engagement, where they've done, they've costed Iraq wars in the United States. We've spoken to people at the Congressional Budget Office and the Congressional Research Service. There's people there that have been in front of committees 40 plus times. What we've done is we'll actually we'll publish a paper on the methodology. Here's the methodology that we're using to cost an Afghanistan engagement, or here's the methodology we're using to cost Aboriginal educational infrastructure on reserves in Canada. So we publish that paper. They will publish another paper saying here's our costing relative. So at least at the end of the day, if we don't get the information, we feel everybody's better off because they've actually got an analytical framework to do the costing. And parliamentarians will start with that, and we're raising the level.